Hi, my name is Holden O'Neill. I am 21 years old and I'm from Raleigh, North Carolina. I want to say thank you to Huron and Henner for putting out this contest. I think it's awesome. And I hope everybody who watches my video can take something from my story and apply it to their own journey in Jiu Jitsu. So, first off, what I want to start with is how I got started in Jiu Jitsu. Um, when I started sixth grade, I had gym class like everybody else. And in this gym class, there was an older kid who picked on me because one of his friends got picked on by my older brother when my older brother was at the middle school, and they found out that me and my brother were related. And then the bigger kid picked on me because he was in my gym class, and he would verbally threaten me. Like he would say, "We're gonna go in this locker room, and I'm gonna kill you." He would position himself behind me when we were all walking into the locker room, and he would punch me in the back of the head really hard. Uh, and then we'd go into the locker room, and I would go to my locker. He didn't follow me to locker because luckily they had coaches in there making sure that everybody was getting dressed and going to class and whatnot. But when he did that, I just went to my locker and I just cried right there. Like I never included a teacher in this. I was afraid. Like he told me not to tell anybody, um, and so my friends saw, but they couldn't really do anything about it either. This kid was really big. He was an eighth grader, and so one day it got to the point where he chased me around the entire gymnasium and then outside onto the playground and around the playground, and then finally a coach grabbed him and I fell on the ground heaving, like, because I'd been running for my dear life because I thought that once he caught me he was going to kill me. uh, and so he got taken out of my gym class, and and I didn't see him again until like sometime in high school. But at that point, I wasn't worried about him. I don't even think he recognized me because I changed so much from sixth grade until I transformed, like, because I hit puberty and I just went up. Like I just got unchubby and skinny and tall. Um, and so, but shortly after that whole incident with him in sixth grade, um, a buddy of mine, James, was like, "Hey man, you want to come do jujitsu with me? It's fun. You should do it." And so I went. I was kind of skeptical at first because I was like, "Oh, I did karate and I did taekwondo and I didn't like them." Like, I thought that the martial art part was cool, but I didn't like the way they taught, and I didn't like the fighting styles. Didn't feel that good uh, to me. And so I went to jujitsu and I loved it. I thought it was awesome. I loved my instructor. Thought he was a great guy. He was just straight up with you about everything. Even though we were just kids, he was just straight up with us. He didn't beat around the bush. I felt like he treated me with more respect than most adults did. Um, and so that was really important to me. And so from end of sixth grade to end of eighth grade, I trained jujitsu and I did a little bit of Muay Thai and I did a little bit of CrossFit. Once I got to like late eighth grade and stuff like that, or in eighth grade, um, and then when me and James started high school, because we were the same age, um, we started high school and our instructor Jason was like, "Hey, you guys should go wrestle. It'll be good for your stand up, great for your takedowns, and it'll be really good. It'll be good conditioning. You should do it." And we're like, "Okay," so we went and did it. Me and James were on the wrestling team, and James was a lot better than me at wrestling, um, as he was at jiu-jitsu when we first started it. And so one of the initial roadblocks that I had with my training was when I was in sixth to eighth grade. I had anger management issues, and I had a little bit of anxiety. And James, who was always bigger than me and always better than me because he was several months ahead of me in his training when we first started. And I just never caught up to him at that time. He would get on me and give me lots of ugly face, or he'd give me lots of chest pressure, and it was just really, really frustrating. And it got to the point where he just antagonized me that I wanted to punch him in the face. I was so upset with him that I just wanted to beat the crap out of him. Now, granted, I couldn't physically do it because he was bigger than me and stronger than me, and that. But also, Jason reined me in. He a couple times he tapped me out. Um, Not like anything crazy, just like he got me in like a simple choke, and I was just like, oh my god, I'm freaking out. And and he made me calm down, and he told me that if I didn't control myself, then I couldn't train there anymore. And so that really helped me grow in my self control and understanding more about myself and understanding that I did have anger issues, but getting angry about things wasn't the right way to go. When I get into an uncomfortable situation, getting angry and furious and breathing fast and upset about it is going to be the worst possible path that I can take. It is going to be the least successful path that is going to get me out of that situation and into a better situation. So that really taught me that I have to control my emotions and my frustration when I get into situations like that, especially against an opponent who's bigger than me and stronger than me. That should not make me uneasy, and that should not make me frustrated. That should just make me calm and focused. And so I worked on that a lot. And I didn't fully get it when I started wrestling. And I started wrestling, and I got into a couple fights with some guys on the team who were picking on me or didn't get along with me and stuff like that. I didn't win any of the fights because they were all against bigger guys, except for one. He wasn't bigger than me, but he was better at wrestling than me, and he beat me up. Well, he didn't beat me up bad, but it was a camaraderie battle, and I didn't win any of them. And so I got done with wrestling, and I graduated high school, and I was like, okay, well, maybe I'll go back to jiu-jitsu, but I'm about to start college. I should probably work this summer and hang out with my friends and my girlfriend and then get ready for college. I mean, it's gonna be an insane 4 years, and I don't think I'll do jujitsu. Maybe I will, whatever. I wasn't concerned about it at the time. That was wrong. So that summer, I just joked around. I went to Peru for a week on like a school trip, and that was really awesome. I got to see Machu Picchu. That was awesome. I want to go back to South America again for sure. Probably Brazil, just to train down there at some point. And and so I went to North. I go to North Carolina State University. I'm pursuing a degree in computer science. I'm currently going into my second semester, my junior year, and the first 2 years, I got lost. I partied a lot. I didn't get really good grades. My grades got so bad that at the end of my sophomore year, I met up with my advisor to talk about what class I was going to take at the beginning of this year, and she said, "Olden, we got to talk about something really, really important. If you don't get a 2.7 next semester, and the semester after that, you are going to get kicked out, and you're going to have to either join another college at the university, so pick another major, or go to a different university." It just hit me. I was like, whoa, I can't do that. I don't want to do that. I worked my butt off in high school to get here. I'm not doing that. And I started to really think about, well, when was I successful? What worked for me? I was successful when I was in a structured environment, when I had a very structured day. When I was in high school and middle school, I had structured days. I went to school, and when I was in middle school, I went to jiu-jitsu in the evenings, and then I did my homework, and then I went to sleep. And I did that every day. And then hung out with friends and whatever when I could. And then when I was in high school, I went to school, I went to practice, I went to work, and then I went to home, and I did my homework, and then I went to bed. And I got up and I did that every single day. And I was very productive. And then when I started college, I partied, I skipped classes. I never skipped a single class in high school unless I was deathly ill. And at that point, I had a doctor's note and whatever. And I partied a lot, and I didn't focus on my schoolwork. I skipped out on homework assignments sometimes because I thought I could. Um, and then my advisor told me that stuff at the end of sophomore year, and I was just like, dang, Holden, you gotta figure out how to get back to where you were before you started college. What were you doing? We had a really structured life. You were training, and you were enjoying everything you were doing. I started doing college, doing some stuff that I didn't really enjoy doing, but kept doing anyways, like the partying and stuff. I wasn't extremely enjoying partying, but I kept doing it because of my friends and stuff. And I don't. That was the wrong decision. Wrong decision. And I started training again. I decided that I was going to go back to my gym. I was going to hit up my old instructor. I was going to be like, "Hey, Jason, let me come back in. I want to try this, and just give me like." And he's like, "Yeah, I'll give you 30-day free trial." And I was like, after one class, I was like, "Jay, sign me back up, man. I got to do this again. I love it." One class. One class. I got